Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of History Hobo Plays TimeGuessr. We scored 39,000 points yesterday. Let's see if we can beat that. Let's get into the game. Okay, here we go. We have people queuing up for Harry Potter by the looks of it. Is this the premiere of the first movie? Where would we be? Credit card collection. Seems English speaking. Possibly. Fried chicken. Capital. Haagen-Dazs ice cream. These look like British police officers with those helmets for sure, and this makes it UK definitely. So I'd say we're at the premiere of Harry Potter, the first movie, looking at the poster. The Philosopher's Stone, if you're English, Sorcerer's Stone if you're American. Let's see, yeah, definitely. Hey, now what year did that come out? I'm trying to think, it was a 97 maybe? That's my first instinct. Around then, how old would I have been? In 97, I would have been about 13 years old. Seems about right. Now, where would they have a premiere in London? I don't actually know if this is the premiere or is this just like a hotel where the actors are staying. Doesn't look like a premiere. There's no red carpet or anything like that. Can't see any. Maybe it is. Maybe they're just coming out of here into somewhere else. Can't see any clues as to the actual street or anything like that though, unfortunately. Let's just have a quick scan around. Past the restaurant over here. Yeah. Search for a Haagen-Dazs shop, but that might not even be there anymore. There's nothing on this building. No. It's definitely going to be London. I don't think they would have the premiere anywhere else, unless it's... Could it be Glasgow, just because of J.K. Rowling being from the Glasgow area? I don't think so. If it is, oh well. But I can't guess there, just because it's so unlikely. Do these people look Scottish? It's hard to tell. American Fried Chicken. I don't know whether you'd have that in central London, but these buildings very well could be like Glasgow, Edinburgh. Is she from Edinburgh or Glasgow? I can't remember. One of the two. It could be Edinburgh. I've been to Edinburgh a few times. It doesn't strike me as anywhere I've seen in Edinburgh, that's for sure. So I think we'll have to go for London. I just don't see it being anywhere else. And I think it would be in the West End, if it's going to be anywhere near Piccadilly Circus, possibly. So we'll just plonk it around Piccadilly Circus because we're not going to get any exact location. I think 97 is a solid guess. Shouldn't be any phones around in this day and age. No, we'll go with that. It's 2001. Really, that late? Or at least the location was good. The world premiere of Philosopher's Stone. And where was it? I don't even know where that is. Is the Haagen-Dazs shop still there? Doesn't look like it. Unless it's down here. No, 2001, really? So I was 16, 17 years old at the time. Oh well, we didn't lose too many points there, so it's not too bad. Wow. My first impression of this is bull riding. Now, is this the Calgary Stampede? And looking at this, it may be. C-A-L. Oh, is that how I don't know how you spell Calgary, but the only reason I know that is because I had a Canadian friend when I used to live in China who used to tell me about the Calgary Stampede, saying it was awesome. So that would have to be my guess, because other than that, you might think America. But the fact that it actually says C-A-L there and looks like it says Calgary, that would be a G. Now let's find Calgary on the map. It's here. Yeah, so the spelling matches. I don't know where they would have the Stampede though. It can't be in the city centre. In this park maybe? We have some tall buildings and what looks like a tower behind. So I'm just going to pop it in the park for now and we'll have a look around, see if we can see any of these buildings standing out. Year is going to be very difficult on this one. Let's have a look at the satellite view. Wow, it's a big park. Could well be there. Is it? It's a very dry park. Would match the soil here. I don't know if we're going to be able to pick out that circular tower anywhere. Got baseball. No, can't see it there. Is there any other obvious place it could be? What is this? No, that looks like some kind of domed building, a stadium of some kind. I don't think we're going to find this because it's a fairly large city. Is there anywhere marked on the map that would say like where the Stampede takes place? I don't think it's going to be in a national park or environmental area. My assumption is that it's probably on a farm somewhere outside of the city. But I think this park location looks like a possibility. It's such a large park that it could quite easily hold an event like that there. But we look to be nearer the edge, so I'm going to put it down here if we are. Because it looks like we're looking towards the city. Now, any dates, any phones? Wow, that takes me back. That looks like a Cinemax kind of camera. Originally I thought, oh, this might be quite modern, but looking at that makes me think it's not, and it makes me think we're in the 80s. Anyone else holding a camera? Yeah, now I look at it a bit closer, it does look like it. This guy got a gun in his waistband. Pretty hardcore. Just gonna scan through the other people. Obviously no one's holding a phone, it's too early for that. So I think the 80s could definitely be an option here. I don't know what year these cameras were still being used. I would say towards the later 80s. We'll go 88. Okay, let's make a guess. It was 70, wow. Oh, we lost a lot of points there. We're not going to get our personal best today. And it's actually right in the middle of the city. Oh, if I'd have zoomed in and seen the Stampede grandstand, that would have helped. We didn't lose too many points on location. So I need to remember those kind of cameras, 70s, not 80s. Well, it's a bad score, but hopefully we can beat yesterday's score still. Where are we? This flag. Oh, this is an African flag by the looks of it. That's going to make it very difficult. Please tell me the country on here. Got Mitsubishi Lancer. Relative early 90s looking, possibly. They all seem to... I don't recognize this flag at all. So this could be some kind of island nation as well. If it's Caribbean island or somewhere like that, then I'm going to be in trouble. It looks like maybe some kind of revolution going on, or just political protests, or just a parade even. Any other clues to the country? It's very hilly. Is this Africa? Can't tell what side of the road we're driving. Looks like we're driving on the right based on where that car's parked. So that doesn't help me. By the look of the that car there, it seems to be early 90s to me. Say 92. I don't think I'm going to get the country on this. It's either a Caribbean country or an African country. This building looks very tropical. We have palm trees here and big mountains. I don't know of any Caribbean islands that have such big mountains. I know St. Lucia is fairly mountainous, but to this extent, I don't think so. So where could we be? I'm going to have to go Africa, just logically. Is it right? What flags do I know that it's definitely not? It's definitely not Nigeria. It's not Senegal. Do we have any language? I don't even see any language to help me work that out. Just trying to see if this number plate says anything. These interesting characters here. Is that a 7 or is that an Arabic number? It doesn't look like it. It looks like P-M-I-Y-E. Priye. Could be French speaking then. It's too green to be Senegal. Could be Sierra Leone. Ooh, my phone's about to die. Could be Sierra Leone, maybe. Do they speak French in Sierra Leone or not? I can't remember. I'm trying to remember the name of from the movie. Sounds like a French place, but actually the streets are all named English. We'll put it in Freetown for now. It's not, I don't think it'd be Liberia. Liberia's flag looks very similar to the American flag. Could be Cote d'Ivoire. No, Cote d'Ivoire is white. It's like the Irish flag almost, just a different way. Like white, green and orange colour. It's not Ghana. Ghana's yellow and green. Togo, I don't know. Benin, I don't know. Benin looks like it speaks French. So maybe here. It's not Nigeria, that's green and white. It's not Cameroon, that has a star in the middle. But let's see, how mountainous is Benin? Not particularly. No, can't be there. Let's just have a quick look back at Sierra Leone and see if that is mountainous. I very much doubt it is, just because it's right on the coast. We have some, but not a great deal. But Freetown is right next to those mountains. They don't look large enough to me. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get a good score here regardless, but let's see. Could we be somewhere like Congo? It's possible it's a nation that doesn't exist anymore as well. Kinshasa doesn't look particularly mountainous around it. Oh, maybe it does. It's hard to tell sometimes with these satellite view how big these hills are. And I don't know what the capital of some of these countries are. I don't think we're over here. We could be in Uganda or Rwanda, possibly. Kampala. Don't see any obvious hills around it. Nope. Kenya. No, it's not the Kenyan flag. That's what's putting me off. I don't recognize. I know quite a few African flags, but not all of them, obviously. Blue and red. Is this a Caribbean island? Let's have a quick look. My first instinct in Caribbean islands was St. Lucia, just because I know it has a volcano on it and it's quite mountainous. As you can see, this is quite mountainous. It would make sense, where's the capital? Probably down here, that these mountains kind of back onto it, around the city here. We're gonna go for it, because I don't think I'm gonna get anything else out of this. Have we got a government building? It's barely worth looking for. I would be amazed if this is correct. It's probably going to be Africa. The year, I think 92, I'm happy with, just based off this Lancer. No other clues. There seems to be a different coloured flag here, maybe. Oh, is this Haiti? I didn't look like a T at first, but maybe it is. Or hey, maybe we might shift to Haiti. That would make sense. I don't know the Haitian flag. Yes, let's go and have a look in Haiti. The capital of Haiti, because this could be, that could be a T and this is an I, or just a strangely written I, or it's just a camera artifact on there. So we'll have to be in Port-au-Prince, I would assume. Let's just have a look at the satellite. We have a large mountain here, or hill at least. So I'd assume this is the way, this is what's in the background. So we'll go back. We look like a government building. I'm not sure where they would be. Where's my map? I would have thought more central. This looks like the center. If this is Haiti, I'm going to be pleased, because I was about to go in Africa and I would have got 0 points for location. Grand Cemetery, no. Let's see, Institute. There's a lot. It's difficult to pinpoint anything that looks like a government building. Have to be fairly large. It's such a densely built-in area that's going to be very difficult to find. Well, we'll just leave it in the center of Haiti. Logically, if this hill is in the background, we could be looking at it from this angle with these hills here. Yeah. It was 86, the year was off, but it was 80. I'm glad I read that. So the Ministry of Defense adorned with Haiti flags on Flag Day. I thought it was something more vicious than that, but no, it's quite a peaceful event by the looks of it. Okay, the year was off, 86. I need to remember that Mitsubishi Lancers came out in the 80s, so these boxy Lancers. Ooh. Is this Brazil ever? Oh, no, El Paso. Sounds more Spanish than Brazilian. Chicas, is it? El Paso Disposal Inc. The fact that is this El Paso, Texas? The fact that that's in English and that says El Paso could be, isn't El Paso's on the border with Mexico, but this does not look like America. Why does it say disposal? Unless disposal is the same in Spanish as it is in English. Just trying to read some of this graffiti, see if there's more English here. Is El Paso in Mexico? Is there an El Paso across the border? Here's El Paso. Let's see. Unless this dumpster's been stolen from America. Let's just go over here in Mexico to start with. There's no shot that this is America. It's far too poor. But El Paso, I don't know if that's a swear word in Spanish. Sorry, I never learnt Spanish at school. But these guys don't look American. They look... My instinct was, is it possibly like Colombia or something? But I think it could just well be Mexico. If it says El Paso, is that how you spell it? Yeah. But the city on, what is it? Ciudad, I don't know how to pronounce that. Ciudad Juarez. I think that's my only guess so far, unless I can see an El Paso in Mexico. I might have a quick scan around some of these countries just to see if any El Pasos jump out at me. It's the one area of the world I would love to go to: Mexico and Colombia and Peru, Bolivia. It's just so far away from the UK, it's quite expensive to get out that way, but it's one of those bucket list places I will go to eventually. Not seeing any other El Pasos here. Guatemala is a small country. Let's just quickly scan over it. Nothing in El Salvador. Honduras doesn't look as likely. Nicaragua, no. Costa Rica, no. I'm not going to go too deep in. I'll be searching all day for something that could just be El Paso, Texas. Colombia. I did think Colombia just because like these look like 80s, 70s, 80s clothes. Probably 70s, these trousers. I was thinking, was it during like the Medellin cartel days, but is there any El Paso area in Medellin? But it's the fact that it's El Paso Disposal Inc., which is English. I would be surprised if disposal is the same in Spanish. Makes me think that maybe America was providing the bins for across the border. Or a company within America that was doing it. That's quite possible. Nah, I don't think it's going to be Colombia. It could be. And there's nowhere else. No, I think I'll have to stick with this area. Right on the border with America in this place, Juarez. Let's have a look at the satellite view. Although this is years ago, but it's such a densely packed place that there could well be like an alleyway here. So I think I'll stick with that location. The year is going to be tricky. These kind of check pattern trousers look kind of 70s-ish to me. But it's very difficult to tell. This girl's not really giving much away. I'm going to go late 70s, 78 possibly. This could be anywhere up to the early 90s though, to be honest. I'd be surprised if it's any later than that. But let's make our guess. We're in the... Oh, it was actually in El Paso. And it was 72, so the year wasn't terrible. Hanging out on the streets of El Paso. Texas needs to get its shit together if that's what the state of the streets were like in the 70s. Wow. Yeah, I did not expect it to actually be on the American side. But not a bad score. Let's see, we're on the last round. And we've got a gimme in terms of location. It's the Arc de Triomphe in Paris. There's no other building like that. So let's go and find that. So, what's our score on at the moment? Well, hopefully we can beat, if I don't get the year terribly far off, we can beat yesterday's score at least. Bring our average up a little bit. Here's the Arc de Triomphe. Let's have a look and see if we can tell which angle we're looking at it from. So it'd either be here. Are we on a side street? Yeah, we're not actually on the road looking at it. Are we on the Champs-Elysees? Could we be here? Or is that too much of an angle? It's hard to tell which side we're looking at it from. We have a slightly bigger building over on that side, which could be one of these. I suppose they're all bigger buildings. Yeah. Either way, I would say that we might be on the Champs-Elysees. No, yeah. These are old cars. Kind of similar to the cars that I had on the Wall Street crash round a couple of days ago. So it's making me think it's around that time, 1929. This little trunk on the back. Slightly lower than the older cars, the big boxy ones. This one looks a bit older because it's more open. So I might actually go a couple of years earlier. Maybe 27. I think that's all we're going to get from that. Let's see. Did we beat our score? It was 1929. I turned it off 29. That was dumb of me. Okay, a blurry photo taken at the Place Charles de Gaulle. So it was the other side. So we lost a couple of points there in the late 20s. Okay, final score. 41,660. I think that's fairly decent. Let's just add that into our spreadsheet. 41,660. Bring our average up a touch. Okay, and let's have a quick look at the breakdown. So we lost points mostly on the second round, which was the Calgary one, just because the year was so far off, but incredibly difficult to tell. Just that camera was the only clue I had, and I messed that up. I thought that was more of an 80s camera, but apparently it is early 70s. Other rounds, not terrible. If it hadn't been for that round, we would have been close to a 46,000 point score, something like that. Locations were all very good, and I'm happy I got that Haiti one, because that was, I would have had a much worse score than today if I'd gone in this part of Africa. Okay. I'll see you again tomorrow. Hopefully we can do even better. Bye.